Hello, I wanted to talk about sheep versus goats. I get asked fairly regular, if sheep are the same as goats, or people make the statement that they think they are, or sometimes people are thinking about getting sheep and goats, and there's a difference. So I thought I'd share on here a little bit about that. I've never owned goats, so I'll start with that. Excuse me, I really said that wrong. I've never owned sheep. I own goats. That's why I'm here. But I've never owned sheep. So I've observed them, been around them, known people who have had them. So my comments and opinions of sheep are strictly from that, not from personal experience. So if I generalize and I'm wrong, you can correct me. I'd love to hear in the comments what your experiences are with sheep, and particularly if you have the experience of sheep and goats together. Anyway, one of the first main differences is the nutritional needs. They both need hay, water, of course, pasture. But as far as trace minerals and stuff, there's one particular trace mineral that goats need, and it makes a huge difference in them, and it will kill sheep. So a lot of the sheep-goat feed does not have that in it. Therefore, you're going to need to supplement your goats with that because they need it. So that's something that's important to pay attention to particularly if you're going to raise the two together. But you need to pay attention to the nutritional needs. But other than that, personality-wise, the whole temperament of goats, I'll just talk on goats. Well, I know that comment was made to me, I think by a veterinarian, that sheep live to find a way to die. So they are a little bit, I guess I'm going to say simple, but that might not be a fair way of saying it. But they tend to get themselves in situations and they just don't think about how to get out. So they end up with a problem. Whereas goats are always thinking, sometimes way too much for our peace of mind. But goats like to think a lot. They will think about how to get out, how to, that's a big challenge, how to get somebody else out of their way. But they do think a lot. They buddy up together, and maybe sheep do that too. I don't really know for sure. But I have had, over the years, not the best fence. We had electric, which worked well as long as it was up, or the goats decided that they wanted to stay in. If they decided that the grass was greener on the other side, which sometimes it was, they found a way to get out. And I could see them gather in their whole little herd, and I could see them thinking, kind of almost having a conversation about who was going to go through the fence and short it out so that they could all go out. They do that. They know exactly how to hit it. They know exactly what they want to do and how to do it. So, and whether it's worth it or not. We've had that happen a lot. And, they want to come back home when they're all done. They don't wander very far. Mine never do anyways. They just kind of hang around. But, if they want to go someplace, they'll do that. They figure out how to get lids off of things. If they want to get into the feed, they'll figure out how to do that. They also figure out how to open latches. You got to make sure that you have a truly goat-proof hook on your gates, which generally means that they can't get at it at all because they tend to figure out a way to do it, particularly if they're bored, like during the winter or something when they're inside. They do tend to be a little bit more creative at those times. But I had one buck that he just decided he wanted to be with the girls. It wasn't breeding time. He just apparently liked this pasture better and decided he wanted to be in here. So he did, and I could not figure out how he was getting out. I fixed what I thought were holes. I fixed everything. It was livestock panel all the way around, so it was theoretically goat-proof, but it wasn't, obviously, because he managed to somebody's down here wanting attention. He managed to figure out how to do it. I finally spied on him because I couldn't figure out how to win. And he saw me. Well, actually, I didn't spy on him. I was watching him. And he saw me watching. He turned around, looked at me, and walked back away from the fence. Then I'd see him going back up to it again. He'd see me, and he'd walk away. I thought, oh, you little stinker. He knew full well I was watching him and that what I was watching him for. So I did spy on him. Then I kind of got myself where he couldn't see me, and I could spy through a crack. I looked probably pretty silly, but it worked. And I watched him literally walk right up that fence and hop over the top. He knew what to do. So he spent the night with the girls that night, but I did put electric around, and he was he was mad at me. It was kind of funny. He really was angry with me. It was definitely apparent that he was not happy. But that, and they learn really fast. Goats will learn real quick. They learn the routine really quickly. They don't have any problem learning things. However, if they don't want to do it, they have no problem telling you they don't want to do it also. And usually that is a deliberate action. That's not accidental. Sometimes they'll just step on your foot, and they don't have to step on your feet. They know they're stepping on your feet because they wanted to step on your feet. So they do think things through. I've had goats pout. They get put out by, a change, or they're not getting the attention that they want. We've had a couple situations where the things changed drastically for a short time, and the one that was used to getting the attention that she thought she always should have wasn't anymore, and she deliberately turned into a brat. And once I figured out what the problem was, her whole attitude turned around really well. I have one right now that we have a new goat that joined the herd fairly recently, and Jody's rather put out about that. She just feels like she's not getting her special attention. She is, but the new goat is getting a little bit more just because she's got to get used to everything and comfortable here. So yeah, Jody's a little bit put out by that. So they do get that put out kind of thing. I don't know really too much else as far as health or anything. I don't really know too much about sheep. I know goats are generally pretty healthy, but they're pretty picky eaters, but they also are really good at throwing you for a loop sometimes as far as health goes. But I imagine any farm animal would be pretty much that way. The different breeds have different temperaments, but different breeds of sheep probably do too. I really don't know. I know that different sheep are raised for different reasons, and different reasons. And goats are too. There's different, like a meat goat, and they're not quite as interactive and creative as a dairy goat is. And also dairy goats respond to their name. They learn who they are. They learn how to come when they're called. If the herd is out, I can give a whistle and they'll all come running. They're really good about listening to me. They also, like I said, they know their name. I can call one of them by name and she'll come running. I have one, Bella Bing Bang. Bella, are you there? You want to say anything? Bella Bing? Yeah, she's like, Bella Bing. Yeah, if you heard her, she answered me. Hey, Bella Bing Bang. But anyway, she does answer. She's really good about answering. Most of them will respond, but Bella Bing will answer. And she's pretty fun. But, I can call them out of the field, and I'll call their name, and their head will come up, and they'll come running. So I don't know if sheep do that or not, but goats are real good about doing that. So anyway, I hope this helps. I would love to have any comments, particularly, like I said earlier, if you've had sheep. And, I do know that I know of a couple people who have had a pet sheep and was very attached to it and had quite a personality. So I would imagine that there are those that are like that, as any animal would be, really. But anyway, like like I said, if you have any comments, please leave them. Questions, please ask. Any subjects that you'd like to see if I can talk about, I'll try. And of course, like and subscribe is always awesome. Have a good day.